Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to my 31 Days of Horror. This is my 1950s versus 1960s series. Yesterday, we done from 1963, The Birds, and today we will be doing from 1957, Night of the Demon. So, Night of the Demon, the plot goes like this. An American psychologist, John Holden, played by Dana Andrews, arrives in England to discover that his colleague, Henry Harrington, played by Maurice Dunham, has suddenly died following his efforts to discredit notorious occultist Giuliari Caswell, played by Nian McGuinness. The clinical Holden dismisses Caswell's warnings as supernatural nonsense, even though when he and Harrington's niece, Joanna, played by Peggy Cummings, are confronted by a series of bizarre and inexplicable events. Holden discovers that Caswell has slipped him a parchment featuring ancient runic symbols, a sign like Harrington before him. He has been marked for imminent destruction by a fire-breathing demon. Okay, yes, it is actually a fire-breathing demon. It's when the movie first starts, you can see it and it comes into screen, and it arrives with smoke, and it's almost like a massive kaiju. And the only thing I can compare it to is almost like if you've ever seen Chinese New Year festivals, it looks like that type of dragon, but with a bit of a twist, almost like a demon type creature. It's quite remarkable. I think it looks really good and fairly menacing for its time. Yeah, like every time it comes on, you don't see it too much in the movie, but it does come into screen. So Holden arrives in London and he meets Joanna, who is Harrington's niece. And Holden actually explains that he doesn't believe in anything supernatural, it's just all coincidence and superstition. And he has a team of specialists that are investigating these things. He's coming from a psychological point of view and trying to discredit who he runs into, which is Carswell. And Carswell is trying to mess with Holden everywhere he goes. He's trying to prove that he's a powerful occultist, and Holden's just trying to dismiss it as nonsense, and that's what the plot follows. And Holden gets this type of parchment, and as the movie goes along, he actually starts to believe in Carswell's powers and this and this. He doesn't fully buy into it, but as the movie goes along, he does start to believe. And there's one scene where he starts to actually question himself when he breaks into Carswell's house, and he's confronted by a black cat, and this cat in the dark actually turns into like a massive cougar or a panther-like creature, and he attacks him. Now he starts to think twice. He starts to think maybe Carswell actually does have some powers, and Carswell walks in and he explains to him that, well, it was just a cow you were wrestling with. Then Holden thinks it might not be just a psychological explanation, like superstition or hype. So he starts to believe in Carswell. He starts to believe in his powers, and so that's where the story goes. And Night of the Demon is really good. I think it's a classic, and it was released as Curse of the Demon. And sorry, I didn't mention before. Night of the Demon was directed by Jacques Tourneur. Sounds like a French name. Yeah. So it's released as a cut down version, Curse of the Demon. So this is the second time I've been watching this, and this actual release that I got comes with a booklet. So it comes with the 24-page illustrated booklet about the making of the movie, which I probably need to check out. But yeah, this is a movie I really enjoyed. The mythology, the whole occultist mythology, and it really, I think this was a good predecessor to top of the Satanic Panic movies that came in the 60s, and so early in the late 50s to have a witchcraft movie was kind of unusual and kind of I would say maybe blasphemous. But yeah, Night of the Demons came out in 57, and I did enjoy it, and I think it's a really good movie. So I'd give Night of the Demon a 7 out of 10. Yes, I would recommend it. So this is Kurt from Dungeon Video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you can, or comment. Thank you.